Yo, yo, yo. What up, what up, what up? My bet and family. We bet with another video here at No Limit Bets. And in today's video, I'm going to be bringing y'all my top 4 picks for tonight's NBA playoff games. Before we get started though, as always, if you're new to the channel and would like to join the No Limit Bets family, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's truly appreciated. We're currently on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and we're less than 850 subscribers away from hitting that mark. So I definitely appreciate all the love and support that you guys have shown thus far. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into today's video. Before I get to my top 4 picks, did just want to do a quick recap of the picks that we posted on yesterday's video. As you guys could see, we were only able to go 2-2. The two that were able to green for us, we had Jalen Brunson over 10.5 rebounds and assists. He gets it done, ending with 16. Then we also took the under on LeBron's 31.5 points and assists. He goes under, only finishing with 28. Now, the two that weren't able to green for us, these two picks, definitely thought their teams were going to need their scoring in order to win last night. And that was the case for one out of the two teams. For Jimmy Butler, we took his over 27.5 points. He only ends up with 19. Definitely thought he was going to be coming into this game in attack mode to be able to close out the Knicks. And certainly that wasn't the case. Got to give credit to the Knicks defense. They did a great job on him. They made him more of a passer than a scorer last night, as he ends up with, I believe, like 9 assists. So he wasn't able to get his points. And then with Klay Thompson, he only ends up with 10 points. We took his over 22.5 points. But his team didn't need it. They were able to win. So big props to the, Warriors for keeping their season alive and winning last night. So 2-2 yesterday. Obviously, wasn't able to win any money. So we definitely look to bounce back here tonight with my top 4 picks. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I'm going to be starting off in the first game of the night. The Celtics going up against the Sixers in Game 6 of that series. The Sixers look to close out the Celtics, and obviously the Celtics look to keep their season alive. So for my first pick, I'm going to be going to the points and assists category, and I'm going to be taking James Harden over points, over 29.5 points and assists. Now, overall in this series, in 5 games of this series, he's averaged above this number at 34 points and assists per game. But I think he could get it done here tonight as well. We know James Harden is a main, a main usage rate guy in the Sixers offense. He has the balls in his hands a lot, bringing it down, and obviously playing that 2-man game between him and Embiid, where we definitely expect, a handful of assists going to Embiid. And we know that, James Harden could get it done in the offensive end. I know that offensively there's been ups and downs throughout this series, but I think he could, get it done here tonight and get us anywhere between 17 and 20 points and anywhere between 13 and 10 assists, or 10 and 13 assists. I said it backwards, but you guys know what I mean. So, so I'm going to be taking James Harden over 29.5 points and assists for my first pick. And for my second pick, we're going to be going to the Celtics side of things. I'm going to be taking it back again. Jaylen Brown, I did take their game 5, which he wasn't able to get it done. He ended up right on the hook, but I'm going to run it back. I'm going to take Jaylen Brown over 24.5 points. As you guys can see, throughout this series, he is averaging just below this at 23.6 points per game. He's pretty much finished right at this line, man. I mean, as you guys can see, 3 out of the 5 games, he's finished at 23. One of the games, he just barely made it over at 25. And like I mentioned, in Game 5, he finished right on the hook. He's been able to start off these games extremely well, getting to the bucket and getting his, especially in the first half. It's just in the second half where he seems to fall off, and the Boston Celtics can't let that happen here tonight. If not, they're more than likely going to go home. They're obviously going to need Jaylen Brown to step up, as well as Jason Tatum, and put up the numbers that as the superstars that they are for their teams. So I'm just going to keep that short and simple. I think he gets it done. So I'm going to be taking Jaylen Brown over 24.5 points for my second pick. Now, for my third and fourth pick, we're going to be going to the game of the night, or the night game, should I say, because both of these games are going to be, great in my opinion. So we're going to go to the Nuggets and Suns game, also game 6 of that series, as the Nuggets look to close out the Suns in Phoenix. But as we know, Phoenix is trying to keep their season alive. And for my first pick of that game, I'm going to be going to the points and rebounds category. And I'm going to be taking KD over 39.5 points and rebounds. Now, offensively, we already know what KD is capable of. They're certainly going to need his scoring here tonight. They have his points line at 30.5, which I'm okay with that one. Like, I think he should obviously go with his points, but I go with points and rebounds because he's been rebounding the ball fairly well in this series. I mean, he's averaging double digits rebounds, I believe, is at 10.5, but he has had double-digit rebounds in 3 out of the 5 games, so he's been rebounding the ball pretty well here in this series, and has been averaging 41.4 points and assists in the first 5 games of this series. Like I said, Phoenix is going to be home. They're trying to, avoid elimination, and they're going to need Devin Booker and KD to step up, and I expect both of them to be that. I think this is going to a game 7, so I'm going to be rocking with KD over 39.5 points and rebounds. And for my fourth and last pick, we're going to go to the Nuggets side of things. I'm going to go to the rebound category, and I'm going to be taking Jokic over 13 rebounds. Now, as you guys can see, once this loads up, let me just refresh it. Still not loading up. Not sure what's going on, but he has hit this over in 3 out of the 5 games. There it goes. He hit this over in 3 out of the 5 games. The last game, which was game 5, he ended up as a push, and then he did go under in that game 4 with only 4 rebounds, which I believe that will never happen again. I mean, just Jokic only having 4 rebounds, that's kind of crazy. But that is the game that he dropped 53 points, so he obviously made it up on the offensive end. But I do expect him to get over 13 rebounds here tonight. He's been a monster against, the Suns. The Suns don't have anybody to really match up for him or keep him off the boards. And as we know, Jokic is pretty much their only center. They have a couple backup centers, but they barely use them. They rather go small, so Jokic should certainly get his in the rebound department. I was looking at his rebounds and assists, but not sure if he gets, his 10 assists here tonight, which his line is at 9.5. So I'm just going to be sticking to his rebounding prop over 13, and he's averaging, as you guys can see, over this line at 13.8 rebounds per game, mainly due to that horrible rebounding game where he only ended up with 4. Again, I don't think that will ever happen again, but we're going to be rocking with Jokic over 13 rebounds for my fourth and last pick. So just to recap, we're going to be taking the over on James Harden's 29.5 points and assist line, the over on Jaylen Brown's 24.5 points, the over on KD's points and rebounds line, and the over on Jokic's 13 rebounds. And as always, if you guys agree with any of my plays, please do your own research. Just don't take my word for it. And that's going to be it for today's video, y'all. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the games tonight, and we'll be back here tomorrow. Let's get this money.